Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah for the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Lathabah Hashem Yahweh Shai for the sisters. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown class for Captain Gadalhar. I'm Police Officer 1000, Shadarak. And tonight we're going to go into war and how it relates with Israel and Iran. Okay? And wars of the earth. Okay? In the beginning, first scripture I'm going to get is going to be Deuteronomy 25:17. So the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 17. Okay, give me a second here. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come up out of Egypt. Now, this is speaking on the Israelites that have left Egypt and came down and were like fleeing from their enemies. So throughout the Bible, there's been a lot of wars and conflicts between nations, between peoples and governments and kings and rulers. Okay, so the Most High is saying, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye come forth out of Egypt. So when we came forth out of Egypt, Amalek is the fake Jews right now that just got bombed by Iran, right? Wait, by Lebanon, I think it was. You know, the Hezbollah, Lebanese, the Iranians, they can't stand the Israelites, the Israelis, the so-called Israelis and Israelites. But these in the Bible are the real Israelites. The real Israelites are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Okay, so the Lord wants you to remember what Amalek did. These fake Jews did some foul things to our people, our ancestors as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian when we came out of Egypt. Okay. Now it says verse 18, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee. So while we were coming out and fleeing our captives, fleeing our enemies, which are most likely the Roman Empire, Amalek waited for us, and they came and smite and attacked the back part of us, the back part. Like when you see a pack of wolves, the pack of wolves, if you study them, in biology and all that, they study the wolves. The strongest wolves are in the front. The warriors behind the wolves are in the middle. The old and the sick are in the back of the pack, of the wolf pack, and that's how Israelites were. The old and the sick were in the back. That's what it means in the Bible, by the hindmost part. They attacked the back, attacked us from the rear to get the weak amongst the Israelites to destroy us and kill us. They smote us. That's as it says in this Bible. Okay. How he met thee, this is Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 18. We started at verse 17, so we know who Amalek is, and we know that we were coming out of Egypt. Okay. How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost part of these, even all that were feeble behind thee, that was faint. Shalom. Okay, at this time, I'm going to have Captain Gadalhar is going to take the class over.
Well, I appreciate it.
Okay.
It is. Okay. All right, let's get it. Hey, can you Cross-Eye, can you push it up a little bit, the AC? See if you have any questions online. What you going into right now?
Deuteronomy 25:17, when we were attacked by Amalek.
Okay, solid. Okay.
Verse 18.
All right. Was there any questions online? Okay. All right, we just went through, right? We went through the barbecue, right? Get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? West Coast barbecue was excellent. Had a good time. You know what I mean? Back at it. Go over a few things. I know we had some questions about hell, heaven and hell. We'll go into that and what those conditions and all that, and where it comes from, where hell comes from, right? The root of, or, it's not the root, the origin of hell, right? Hell is, of course, a made up thing. A made up thing is not in the Bible as far as somewhere you go burn forever. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Going to heaven as a person who was born celestial or terrestrial. Which one?
Terrestrial earth.
Terrestrial earth, right? We can look it up. Whichever one means earth, you never are going to go to heaven, right? You're never going to be living in heaven with Jesus and God and all that, right? That's a false narrative as well. Everything that will be in is on earth. Go ahead. Nah, go ahead. All right. So let's get into a few of those. Any questions before we start, though? Go ahead, sis.
So, sir, if you see fit, can I please get a breakdown on Matthew 15 and 11?
Matthew 15.
I hear a lot of Christians use this scripture as a way to avoid following our dietary laws.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to break down on that.
Oh, no sweat. Like I said, the brother said, I have a question on 2nd Ezra 1-24. All right, bet. Let's get that. Let's get the sister's questions first. Hey, can you turn that up a little bit? It's a little cold. Yeah, just up. Wherever it's at, put it on like 70. What's that, 66 or something? Yeah, put it on like 70, 71. All right, 15, 11. Can you get up for me, Shadrach? Let's go.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Not that which goeth into the mouth,
right,
defileth a man.
It's not what goeth into the mouth that defileth a man. Go ahead.
But that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man.
Mm-hmm. And then of course, Christians incorporate this with food. Yeah, like how? Where's the food at in this?
They're basically saying that it's not what you put into your mouth that defiles you. So it's not the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster that defiles you. It's what comes out.
Yeah, I understand that. Oh. But that's my question that would be my question to them, right?
Right.
Where do you see food? Right? Like, how they just assume this? The food is not even in this precept. Right? Go ahead, read it again.
Book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man,
mm-hmm.
but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man.
Right. Of course, this is not talking about food. Christians just love pork. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So everything that goes into their mouth, they want to say, see, that's what makes it lawful, because whatever goes in your mouth doesn't defile you. What comes out your mouth defiles you. Whatever that means. Right. So now we go to give me eat this row in Ezekiel. Right. This is talking about knowledge. It's not talking about food. You know what I'm saying? So you tell a Christian, like, oh, no sweat, then I can eat a human. You get what I'm saying? Like throw the pork away. Let's not talk about pork. I can eat a dog, right? I can eat a raccoon. They do that down south. They eat raccoons down south, right? Possums, whatever they can. Yeah. They do that down south. Right. So let me not say that, because someone might eat that. A human, all right? Human, right? This is talking about knowledge, of course. Let's go eat this row in Ezekiel. You got it? I'll pull it for you. No sweat. Stay where you at then, Shadrach. You got it? I got it right here. 3-1. Ezekiel 3-1. Basically, you could take in knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But once you speak the false knowledge, that's what defiles you. Once you speak the things that are not true of the Bible, that's what defiles you. It's like telling someone you can eat pork. That's defiling somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now you're defiling because you're telling a lie. You know what I'm saying? We can hear all the things we in the world. We hear things in the world all the time. Now we intake knowledge all the time. You know what I'm saying? But the things that we teach are different. You know what I'm saying? So we read that for me.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll.
Eat this what?
Eat this roll.
Right, this roll. This is the Bible. Eat these scriptures, right? Eat the knowledge. Go ahead.
And go speak unto the house of Israel.
And go what?
And go speak unto the house of Israel.
Right. So you take that in, you take the knowledge, and then you go speak it to the house of Israel because you're telling Israel or the truth. You're getting them the law, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll.
Right. This is not, again, this is not talking about what? Food. It's talking about knowledge. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. And fill thy bowels with this roll.
You understand? Fill your body with this knowledge. That's what we fill in our body with. What? Knowledge. Right? Knowledge of what? Of the Bible. The laws, the statutes, commandments, the ways of life, the oracles of God. Right? Go ahead.
That I give thee. Then did I eat it.
Go ahead.
And it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
It was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them.
Perfect. That's all we need. You know what I mean? So, of course, let's go back to Matthew 15:11 real quick. Brother, sister.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man.
Go ahead.
But that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Then came his disciples and said unto him.
Like that's it right there. So now there's another precept where I'll go with this. Give me Acts 10 and 34. Maybe start at, let me see. Go to the part where Paul or Peter seen the pig and it says, wake up, Peter, eat, kill and eat. You know what I'm talking about, Kreza? It's in Acts the 10th chapter. This is Peter's vision. Yeah, and we're speaking to Cornelius.
Okay. The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things.
Go ahead.
And fowls of the air. Verse 13.
This is a vision that Peter is getting. In this vision, the Lord is telling him something. This man named Cornelius came to him. Cornelius was a Gentile, meaning he was an Israelite, but he grew up as a Gentile, right? Like he grew up like how we grew up in America, like we call ourselves Americans. So this cat was coming to Peter and telling him, man, he want to serve God. Now, Peter grew up in Jerusalem. Jerusalem was a place where if you was born there, born a Jew, you are accepted by the Jews there. But now, if you were a Jew outside of Jerusalem, like Cornelius was, you looked at him as unclean. You understand, right? You looked at this brother like he wasn't accepted, even though he was an Israelite, but he had the customs of a heathen, right? So now Peter is getting a vision from the Lord about this brother. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And there came a voice unto him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Perfect. So now Peter is getting a vision from the Lord, and in the vision, the Lord is saying, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. And he said, I won't eat this thing because it's unclean. I never ate something that was unclean in my life. Right? Go ahead. So now Christians say what about this precept? They say, see, Christ told them, God told Peter to eat something that's unclean. He gave people back the pork. I heard that before. He gave the pork back to people. The Lord, we never had pork. You know what I'm saying? And the Christians say, see, he gave pork. He let people eat the pork because he told Peter to rise and eat. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the voice spake unto him again the second time.
Go ahead.
But God has cleansed that call not thou common. Verse 16. This was done thrice.
Right.
And the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Perfect. You know what I'm saying? So now, after the vision was done, this thing came to Peter 3 times. And in his vision, he realized this wasn't talking about food. This was talking about that brother. You get what I'm saying? That's what he realized. This is talking about me accepting this brother as my brother. You get what I mean? Because Cornelius was a man who feared the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And Peter wouldn't really deal with him because he was like, brother, you cut off. You want to cast that, can't. But of course, Christ died. So brothers like that and like ourselves can be here. You get what I'm saying? So that when he had that vision, now it came full circle. Like, oh, Cornelius is the unclean that is now cleansed. You understand? So every time Christians bring these things up, they just don't understand the context because all they think about is their flesh. And their flesh wants ham sandwiches and pepperoni pizza and things like that. So of course they want to justify it with God's word. Go ahead, Crosser.
So Peter thought it was like something telling him to eat the unclean thing initially.
Yeah. That's why he said no. He said, because I never ate nothing common or unclean.
So in his mind, he was going through the like, well, I know this is a vision of God.
Yeah.
But I know I got to do the right thing.
Right.
I know eating pig is the wrong thing.
Exactly.
So it was like but then it came to him 3 times and he figured it out.
Exactly. That the Lord gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord broke it down for him and he understood. You know what I'm saying? He understood. Go ahead, Shadar.
And Cornelius was like the most of the Christians say Cornelius was an Edomite or a white man.
Right.
And he was just in the Italian band, which is the Italian army.
That's right.
All
Exactly.
he was in the army.
Mm-hmm.
Like myself, I was in the Marines.
There you go.
So, they were a whole lot of white folks in there. That's who runs it.
Right.
I was just part of it, just joined it.
A band is a brotherhood. You know what I mean? A brotherhood, a military brotherhood. There was a show called Band of Brothers. You remember that? That was a show about men in the military who there was a unit. You know what I mean? They like brothers. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's what that vision was talking about. Of course, when you go back to Matthew 15:11, this is talking about the knowledge that needs to be eaten, not nothing else. All right. Good to go, sis? No sweat. Any other questions?
We have Trooper the top by line.
Go ahead.
He wants a breakdown on 2nd Ezra 1:24.
Can you pull it for me?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 24. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou, Judah, wouldst not obey me. I will turn thee to another nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statute.
Perfect. So read it from the top one more time.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 24. What will I do unto thee, O Jacob?
All right.
Thou, Judah, wouldst not obey me. I will turn me to another. I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statute. Perfect.
This is just talking about what the angels. What the angels trying to tell this brother what the Lord would do. There was a time where Moses, where the Lord was about to give he was about to make people what was it called? Mosesites. Right, Mosesites, right? He's about to get rid of the whole nation because we wouldn't listen to him. The same thing. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was telling them, listen, if I gave my love to another nation, they'll obey. You get what I'm saying? They will obey. So many times in history, our prophets will plead with the Lord not to do that. You understand? They'll plead with the Lord not to do that. So that's what this scripture is talking about. How he would turn away from us and give his love or choose another people that will serve him. Y'all understand? That's what he would come with. The Lord would threaten you like that so we can get right. That's all. That's the breakdown for the brother. All right, go ahead.
We got another brother, I think young man Dennis. He's asking for a breakdown.
Dennis or Denny's? Yeah.
He's asking for a breakdown on Ephesians 4:9.
Go ahead.
About hell.
About hell? Ephesians 4:9. I'm about to go into that topic in a little bit. I can pull it in a second. Let me get these off topic. Okay, I see one by young man Kev. Go ahead.
Slaki, sir, can I get a young man Kev says, Slaki, sir, can I get a breakdown on Psalms 27, 1-6? What is the Most High's pavilion and tabernacle where David is asking to be hidden?
All right, let's pull it.
Book of Psalms, chapter 27, verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
Go ahead.
The Lord is the strength of my life. From whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came up upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell.
Right.
Though a host encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. Verse 4, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. Verse 6, and now shall my head be lifted above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord.
Right. His pavilion, and his question was what? Where's the pavilion?
In the tabernacle, I believe, sir.
Right. It's here. That's all. You know what I mean? It's not no certain place. It's right here. You know what I mean? He was just turning to the Lord where the Lord will protect him. That's all. It ain't no special place. You know what I mean? The Lord can protect you wherever. You don't got to go to a place, you know what I mean, specific for the Lord to protect you. You just got to be on his side. You understand?
Okay.
Good to go? Make sure the brother's solid. You want to get that question?
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Brian Surge, young man can't say the water, sir.
No sweat out.
Byron Shug said, how come you guys hate IUIC when the scripture says, love your brother and forgive him 70 times 7?
Come.
70 times 70.
Mm-hmm. Right, all right. Why don't you ask them that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't forgive nobody. They don't forgive nobody. You know what I mean? And what did we do to show that we hate them? Did we show that we hate them? You know what I'm saying? Speaking against somebody doesn't mean you hate them. People say, oh, you hate the white man. How can we hate the white man? What did we do to him? You know what I'm saying? By saying words. You know what I'm saying? It's scary. I'll tell you why. Well, first of all, damn, I can't say what I want to say because then we'll be cut off or something. Right. So anyways, I'll just say this, man. Any cat that says that why we don't love IUIC, give me Matthew 12 and 30. And then give me also what's that precept I need? I'll just start with Matthew 12 and 30 and give me 1 Corinthians 1 and 10.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
He that is not with me is against me.
Right.
And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Right. If you're not with us and you against us. That's what the Lord said. That ain't what I said. That's what the Lord said. Why can't we all be together? We all can't. Like a lot of cats say that all the time. See, everyone got the truth. Y'all got a little bit of the truth. You got a little bit of the truth. That's not true. Not everybody got the truth. It's only one person that got the truth. That's it. It's either we're liars or they're liars. You know what I mean? It's either we're liars or they're liars. And whoever's the liar at the end, we're gonna see. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all. We can't be together because we don't teach the same things.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? We can't, and furthermore, let's get some more. Let's get to let me get 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Is it 1 and 10 or 10 and 1? Might be 10 and 1. Might be 10 and 1.
So like that, so,
Go
ahead. Our King Yahushua said this.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luke 19, verse 27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
Right. Perfect. One more time.
So this is the book of Luke, chapter 19 and verse 27.
Uh-huh.
But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them,
Right.
bring hither and slay them before me.
There you go. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. What you got, Crosser?
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now I plead with you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you.
Wait, one more time from the top.
1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I plead with you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahushua, that you all speak the same thing.
That we speak a whole bunch of different things.
The same thing.
That we speak in different camps.
The same thing.
Go ahead.
And that there be no divisions among you.
There'll be no what?
No divisions among you.
No what?
No divisions among you.
Go ahead.
but that you be perfectly joined together.
Perfectly what?
Perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
Go ahead.
For it has been declared to me concerning you, my brethren, by those of Chloe's household, that there are contentions among you.
Right. I mean, the Lord's seen this, man. People, listen, they're going to teach it. We can't be together with somebody who teaches different things. There's going to be division. That's what the Lord said. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wanted that. Give me Matthew 10 and 34. The Lord wanted it to be like that. You know what I mean? And let me get, Shadrach, let me get, forbade them not. I think it's in Mark. Yeah, forbade them not. Matthew 10 and 34. Go ahead, read it for me. Hey, Byron Shook, what the hell have you done? He said, have y'all ever sat down and tried to talk to them? Just come to class. What you worried about them for? What you worried about us coming together for? Like, the world ain't all peace, man. Sometimes it's war.
Right.
Sometimes it's that. That's okay, man. It's okay. Let us be brute and let us be who we are.
This is the book of Matthew.
I understand your Christian mind can't really, have that. You just full of love and full of peace. You know what I'm saying? And some men are different. Grow grass, huh?
Like I said, if I could, I also want to bring out a point, is that
because I love y'all. If you love us, you be in this classroom.
Right.
You be right here in this classroom. Go ahead.
I was gonna say too, like, it's not wrong for us to call out our own people for doing wrongful things.
Yeah.
Like if they're doing, murder, got sisters getting murdered and bringing Hamites and doing all this things that are outside of the Bible.
Right.
It's not wrong for us to call them out on what they're doing wrong.
That's right. We call out TD Jakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We call out everybody who sins against the Lord. You know what I mean? We call them all out. It ain't just specific to IUIC or any other fake Israelite group. You know what I mean? All Israelite groups are fake if they ain't the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? You made me say it. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all hate when we say that too, but whatever. Go ahead. You want to say something?
It's like you sitting and giving evil a pass.
Right.
They giving evil a pass. They like, let the evil go.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's evil. I'm not going to say nothing. Let the evil go.
Right.
What's that all about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They can come up in here and be troopers out. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Until then, shalom. With the last precept, you got what you got?
Matthew 10 and 24.
Oh, hold on. What Lahal dropped? Lahal dropped the precept in here. Matthew 2 and 3. James 2 and 3. Excuse me. Can you read? I'll read it for you. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. You know what I'm saying? That's who you have respect for. The cats in the gay apparel, the gay clothing. That's the Bible said, not my words. Go ahead.
We got that bad as so-called black people. We worship all types of clean-cut people. Clean-cut, like Creflo Dollar and Jordan and Kanye West and all those folks that look good on the outside, clean-cut, but wicked as hell on the inside.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Listen, IUIC, man. Listen, they can join the IUIC. Wait, can they join the IUIC? I don't know. We ain't accepting them applications right now, man. That's what I'll say. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit on learning line for a second.
It's a hiring freeze.
Yeah. Man, listen, we on strike from bringing in purple troopers right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Jeez. That's just me. I don't know. Some people might let y'all in. Where we at? Let's just get off that. And then Ephesians 4:9. Let's go. I'll go into the breakdown now. Any no other questions, right? I see anything else? Shut up, go ahead.
You gave me the precept, Matthew 10 and 34.
Go ahead, get that from me.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace.
Saying what?
Think not that I am come to send peace.
If the Lord wanted us to be together with them, we'll be together. Straight up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be with them. But the Lord don't want peace, man. You know what I mean? He don't want peace. He wants you to speak his doctrine the way he taught it. And that's that. And we ain't going to teach it no other way.
Right.
We don't ever teach a doctrine to make sure that you come in here. We ain't going to dumb what we believe down so you come in here. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sugarcoat what we believe. So you'll come in here and we're gonna say how it's said. And whether you're gonna take it or not. That's that. Go ahead.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
But a what?
But a sword.
Right. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Go ahead. That's it.
Verse 35.
No, that's good. That's good. That's all I need. No sweat. All right, let's go. Anything else? Let's go to Ephesians. Let's go into the topic, right? What hell is. All right. Dante's Inferno, right? So let's go on what hell is, right? I'm gonna read this. This is what I wrote down when I was like, this is 2 years ago. I used to memorize this, by the way, but now I ain't read it in a while. So I'll read it for y'all, right? So the hell breakdown, right? It was an evil plot made up in the late 1300s by a man named Dante. He wrote a play/poem called the Divine Comedy by Dante, right? There was a war going on called the Great Schism, a war against the Neri and the Galapi. Those are two religious groups that were fighting against each other, right? The Neri and the Galapi. He was on the side of the Galapi. The Galapi was a so-called white man who will take control of the church, and the Neri was the original black people and originated the church and ran the church at the time, right? So you got that, right? So the Galapi was who? The Galapi was a so-called white man. The Neri was a so-called black man, right? But the Galapi would become lustful over money, strong and great, right? Dante was upset. So according to the myth, he had a dream about a mythical place called hell that had 33 chambers for each sin in hell. The poem had 3 parts or 3 stanzas, right? Purgatory, Inferno, and Paradiso, which means heaven, hell, and purgatory. There's a man named St. Thomas Aquinas, right, that took his side, Dante's side, and pushed this idea of hell as a doctrine all through the Catholic Church. That's how hell came about. Y'all understand? So that's how you get the theory. Hell is, is from the Neri and the Galapi and the strong, how you say that, persuasion of the Catholic Church. So now let's get some precepts, right? Let me get 2 Peter 1:16. 2 Peter 1:16. Go ahead, read that for me when you get it.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 16.
Mm-hmm. Y'all can just lead them, but lead the kids. They fine. Yeah, they fine. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
For we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
Right. We don't follow cunning devised fables. What does it mean to be cunning? To be skillful. It's a skillful lie. We don't follow cunning devised fables. Go ahead.
You want the definitions?
Yes.
In a clever, cunningly, in the Oxford, in a clever and deceitful way.
Perfect. Go ahead. You got it right, Shadow. Right. Go ahead.
For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, but when we made known unto you the power of the coming of our Lord Yahushua, but we were eyewitnesses of his majesty.
Perfect. All right. Give me Matthew 10:28.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are able to kill the soul, but are not able to kill the soul.
Mm-hmm.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy the both soul and body in hell.
Perfect, right? So now these some hell precepts that I'm gonna break down right here, right? Let me get Jonah. No, let me start from Jonah. We get ready at 2 Peter 1:16, right? Let me get Tobit 13:1. An apocrypha. All right. So in the Bible, hell would be considered a condition. Anytime we're thinking about the word hell, don't ever think when you die, you're going to go to a place called hell and burn forever. That's not true. That's not in the Bible. right? What you will do is you would live hell on earth. A hell is a condition that you might go through for a time. You understand, right? Some people are born in hell, meaning they are born into poverty. They born with a sickness. They born with some type of disease. You know what I mean? That's hell. Being poor in this society is hell. Popping a tire on the freeway is hell. All these things is hell. Y'all understand, right? That's why he say, I'm going through hell right now. Was that a doorbell?
No.
That's your phone? No sweat. I was like, we don't even got a doorbell, right? So all these things can be hell, right? And I'm gonna show you some examples of brothers going through hell in the Bible. Let's start with Tobit 13:1. All right.
The book of Tobit, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, "Blessed be God that liveth forever.
Blessed be God that liveth forever." Go ahead.
And blessed be his kingdom. Verse 2, for he doth scourge and have mercy.
He does scourge. Scourge means to whip. Go ahead. He whips you. He whips you. He puts you through hell. Scourge is a whip. So he'll whip you. He'll spank you. You'll get some spankings from the Lord. And he'll show mercy. Right? Go ahead.
He leadeth down to hell.
He leadeth down to hell. Go ahead.
And bringeth up again.
And what?
And bringeth up again.
So he'll take you to hell and he'll bring you back up. You understand? That's what the Lord said. Go ahead.
So is hell usually it's either a judgment or a lesson, like like a judgment, like a time for you to get it right.
Yeah, that's what we've mistaken. Sometimes it is a judgment, and sometimes it's just whatever your condition is, whatever the Lord wants you to go through. Doesn't necessarily mean that's a judgment. We all deserve hell. You know what I'm saying? We all go through hell. Whatever your hell is, we all go through it. You know what I mean? Whatever it could be your hell. Your hell and my hell might be two different things, but it's hell. You understand? And sometimes it ain't that. Sometimes it ain't a full-on attack from the Lord, so he can show you, yeah, you better do this. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just to see to test your strength too. You get what I'm saying? Like, remember what did Job do? He didn't do anything. The Lord said the Lord called him perfect. He was perfect, and he didn't do anything to deserve the things that happened to him, but he went through them. You get what I'm saying? He went through them. He did that. You know what I mean? Sometimes suffering is a thing we have to go through. Now, that's a concept people in the world can't understand, especially if you serve God. They don't believe in suffering. They always talking about how blessed they are. You know what I'm saying? How amazing God is, and nothing bad happens to them. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's not reality though. The Lord said he'll scourge you, and he'll bring you down to hell and bring you up, and he'll show you mercy. That's what the Bible says. All right. Any more on that? And that's is that the end of 2 or? Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can avoid his hand.
And there's nothing that can avoid. There's no one that can avoid his hand. You understand? So now give me Psalms 86 and 13. The brother said it right, man. Child support. Child support is hell, man. I've been through that. That was crazy. I remember. I'll tell you a story. I had child support happen to me, and oh my goodness, I paid it all off. Right, I paid everything off. I was so happy, and then I got hit with arrears. You know what arrears is? Go ahead, tell them what arrears is. All right.
That's it's almost like interest. I believe.
Yes.
Interest.
Yes.
You got to pay that percentage of the interest
Oh
that you
my
did when you
God.
didn't pay child support.
Yes.
So
man.
that's an amount.
It's hell. It's hell. Imagine you think you just climbed this big mountain and you're done. It's I know you climbed this mountain, but check this out. You got a whole other mountain to climb, and it just devastates you. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh my God. Then you like, what did I do to deserve this? At the top of that hill, what did I do to deserve this? And it's easy for someone to be like, man, like to curse the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you ever curse yourself? You know what I mean? You should curse Satan. Like, that's what you should do. You the one that did this to yourself. I think about it. I did this to myself. This is what I did. Did I deserve this? I probably did deserve this. Even if I didn't deserve something, I'd be like, I deserved it. I must have did something. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it. And the Lord will always find a way to humble you. You know what I mean? And then there's a time where he'll say, you know what, that's enough. You know what I mean? Then he'll bring you up. You feel me? But you got to be the one that lay there and go through it. You know what I'm saying? You go through it long enough, and then there's the other side of it. You understand, right? Go ahead. Any more? You go to Psalms 86 and 13. So when you hear the Christian church and they talk about going to hell, that was a fear tactic. You know what I'm saying? That was a fear tactic so you can pay them money. A lot of people would pay the church money so they wouldn't go to hell. You understand? They would go in there at churches and donate so much money to that church so they wouldn't go to hell. Donate their kids. You get what I'm saying? Even so they wouldn't go to hell. That was a thing. You know what I mean? That's why the Catholic Church. Y'all seen that movie Spotlight? Never seen that movie Spotlight? Oh my goodness. When you get a chance, watch the movie Spotlight. It's about the Catholic Church in Boston. And that was like all the child molestation was going on there. It was like the biggest child molestation ring. So every time they have a pope, right? The pope would, is it the pope? The priest. The priest in that church, right? They would find him to molest boys. And after he would be found out molesting boys, after like the third, fourth boy he molested, right? Not the first one, like the third or fourth. Then they would transfer him and bring another one. And they'll transfer him after he gets caught with 3 or 4 boys. Then they'll transfer him. Then they find out all these transfers are the same thing. They're getting transferred because they all molesting kids. It's a true story. This was in the Boston Globe, and they wrote a story about it in the Boston Globe and made a movie about it maybe 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And this was happening, and they would be like, "Whoa, this cat went from Boston to St. Louis to this place. He got transferred 6 times, all for doing the same thing." And they all had that charge. And they would find out, they would have let's say 20 priests in 40 years. You know what I mean? Filtering through that church. And he's the one he's coming from South America as a child molester at a church in South America and gets transferred up there. And then most of them all want to go to South America because they'll never get caught there. And they can retire there being a child molester. So that's what I'm talking about is true. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think I heard that and it was in the news too.
Yeah.
I believe that was in the news.
Yeah.
And then cops do the same thing. They do it to the police officers with their brutality.
Oh, yeah.
I think the one that shot Massey, son of Massey, he had a record of abuse and violence on his police record. They wonder why he a cop, but he's still a cop.
Yeah. And those kids, they went through hell. They interview those kids later about what happened to them. You know what I'm saying? And all of them, of course, drug addicts now and homosexuals. And they would go in there and talk about what this priest made them do. And what their parents would turn a blind eye to because their parents were mostly alcoholics, you know what I'm saying? Or people who were strongly involved in the church and knew what they had to sacrifice so they can feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about hell, that's hell. You know what I mean? Imagine that. There's a scripture that talks about how in Apocrypha, how they was giving up their children to bloody sacrifices. Go ahead.
To go through the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Sacrifice.
We use that precept for Halloween too. We use that precept for Halloween. You know what I'm saying? So we good. You got 86 and 13. We read that already? Go ahead. Read that for me, Christ.
Book of Psalms, chapter 86, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For great is thy mercy toward me, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell. O God, the proud are risen against me.
Read that again.
Okay. Psalms 86 and 13. For great is thy mercy toward me, for thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell.
You deliver my soul from the lowest hell. You know what I mean? This is Psalms, right? This is David. David talking about these things, man. That's why I tell brothers all the time, whenever we're going through hell, like, listen, man, you should go through this. This is why you know you should go through this. It's how you know the Lord love you.
Right.
Straight up. That's how you know the Lord love you. You going through things, that's how you know the Lord love you. You know what I mean? He want to test you. What they say? He want to break you before he make you. You get what I mean? That's what he want to do. The brother put out an excellent precept. Let me get Isaiah 48 and 10, Shadow Rock. This Quadashi Ali out there in Texas having the time of his life, I think. 48 and 10.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
I've chosen thee in the what?
Furnace of affliction.
That's how he chose you, man, through the furnace of affliction. You understand? You want to see how you got chose, man? Through affliction. You have to be afflicted first before you can be proven. You get what I'm saying? Anybody that went through Hebrew Academy, they know that. You got to get afflicted. You know what I mean? Once you get afflicted, I be like, Most High Christ. Yeah. Now you us. Now you one of us. You know what I'm saying? Now it feels good. Now I can trust you a little more. You know what I mean? So that's true. All right. Give me Matthew, or excuse me, give me Deuteronomy 32 and 21. What's going on, Akim? Slow stuff. Deuteronomy 32 and 21. Let's go. I'm gonna catch y'all up. We were talking about hell. We were talking about the Neri and the Galapi. If you go into history about the Neri and Galapi, you'll find that in it's a book about the Dark Ages, right, in Europe. What you'll find out when you read those books about Europe in the Dark Ages, about us in Europe in the Dark Ages, you'll find all these type of things. Now, mind you, these cats was not in the truth, but these cats were just black men, Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They knew about our history. They knew about the truth, but of course, it was in the world. You understand? But they had power. They had an organization. You know what I'm saying? They was not in fear of the white man. You know what I mean? It was not in fear. They knew who they were. They knew they were enemies. You know what I mean? A lot of them, of course, because of money, would change their tone because they wanted the money. You know what I'm saying? They want the money. Just like a lot of our black leaders today, they always will sell out for money. Always. Money is the thing that will change someone's perspective and their morals. You know what I'm saying? Money will always take. That's why I say money money ain't evil, but it's the root of all evil. You get what I'm saying? Right. It's a thing that will make you change your integrity, your morals, your honor. You know what I'm saying? You'll turn on your people for money, and that's what they did. All right. So let's go.
What verse we at, sir?
Deuteronomy 32 and 21.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God.
Right.
They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
One more time from the top out, please.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
You understand that? That's what the Lord said he'll do. You got 21?
Come.
Read 22, please.
Verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell.
Right. Where's the lowest hell, Lahad?
The lowest hell?
Yeah, where's the lowest hell?
Pretty much like where we live, our neighborhoods where we live in.
Yeah, exactly, right? Our neighborhoods, the ghettos across America, the ghettos in South America, the ghettos in Europe, right? The ghettos in the Caribbean. That's the lowest hell. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody sees the things we see as far as I'll tell you like this, right? So remember during COVID, right? Remember during COVID, all your neighborhoods you were seeing when you go to the store and what wouldn't be there? Go ahead.
The supplies.
Right. Like what?
Food.
Yeah.
Bread,
right.
Toilet tissue.
Toilet paper. Right. Right. Toilet paper was the number one thing. Right. So now I still work in a white neighborhood. Right. So I will go to my slave, like over here, I wouldn't find nothing, no eggs. And like eggs would be like one carton per person or something like that. Right. So I go to my slavery and I work there and guess what's on the shelves? Everything. You get what I'm saying? Everything. Right. Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Lysol wipes, super eggs. I had no limit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, damn. I'm like, so wait, where I'm at, y'all see where I live. It's like, okay, I live in a Mexican hood, right? So you'll see it was nothing. I go to my slavery, they have everything. I'm like, they making it seem like they ain't nothing, even on the news, right? They're like, look at everybody going crazy. I go to I'm like, hold on. So I start getting stuff from over there, no problem. You know what I mean? But I'm like, damn, we did the worst. That's the lowest hell. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Doc.
So when you talk about the lowest hell, I was thinking about these wars and what we're seeing on the news, all this debris and broken down buildings.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I lived 5 blocks away from Mike Tyson. He lived over there. I went to school at one of the schools in Brownsville. And when I used to go to school, I remember on both sides, it was nothing I could see. To the eye could see was bricks, piles of bricks, and empty lots with those bricks, piles of them. Just debris. That's like somebody dropped a bomb in Brooklyn.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
We were showing footage of what it would look like, you know. And I think he was in the same area. And it was just like concrete, you know, apartment buildings looking like horrible.
Right.
Just a different borough. That's it's the same thing. Like you're saying, just a different borough. Same thing in the Bronx, right?
Go ahead, Malakma.
Like Cheryl gonna ask, like, was the low cell also be like, for example, you know, so-called black people and so-called Hispanics being the face of crime in America?
Say it one more time. Being the face of crime.
So-called black and brown people being the face of crime in America.
Yeah, for sure. Oprah walked into a store. I don't know if she was out the country. She walked into the store and she started getting followed. You get what I'm saying? They started following her because she's black. You understand? Go ahead, sis.
So, this kind of reminds me of my mom. She grew up in LA in the Nickerson Gardens, and she said she would see the same things. She was in the projects, and it would be piles of bricks and stuff. And she said at the school she went to, they would take them on field trips to Beverly Hills and to visit the other schools. And she said she noticed how much of a difference it was catered to them as far as food, education, how nice it was. And at the time she was saying she didn't understand why they were taking them to these field trips, you know, to these nicer areas, nicer schools. But she said it would really affect the children, like growing up, seeing that and having to go back to their neighborhoods in the projects. And she was just, at the time, she didn't understand, but she said it really took an effect on her as a child to see the difference of the areas.
Mm-hmm. That's hell. You know what I'm saying? That's hell. Even with guns and stuff, like guns getting dropped off in neighborhoods all the time. That was a thing. You know what I mean? Like, so all these things will happen to us. You know what I mean? Because we are in the lowest hell. And that's what the Lord said that way he would do that to you. The Lord did that to you, right? Because of your wickedness. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said he create evil, right? The Lord creates evil. Ain't that something?
Right.
So you can endure it, right? Let me get Ecclesiastes 3:16. You had your hand up, Bob? You want to say something? Shadrach? You want to say something?
Oh, well, I was just noticing because my stepdaughter lived in the Pueblos.
Mm-hmm.
She lived in the Pueblos. We had to go get her to move out of there because the mom, that was my wife. She moved away. She wanted her to move in with us. I went over there. Somebody had already got shot.
Yeah.
And when I noticed, I said, these are like co-op of like apartments or whatever. Look the same like in New York. They call them co-ops. They're
right.
2 stories, but we got the projects that are like 32 stories. It's just 32 into the same thing. Poverty and broken down stuff. Everything, the elevator don't work. And Jerry Hanna was talking about how they used to take the groceries upstairs 32 flights.
Yeah.
They didn't have no elevator.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, read that for me. You got it?
I got it, sir. Want to read it or?
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there.
Where was wickedness? Under the sun, right? Go ahead.
The sun, under the sun, the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Mm-hmm.
You want?
Yep. To 17.
I said in my heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked.
Yep.
For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Mm-hmm. When you go through hell, this is what you're going through. So mind you now. So what's happening in the world today, right? What y'all see in the news right now? What y'all see? Live.
I was just saying, like, you can see the war that's going on in Lebanon, Israelis, and Iran.
Yeah. So what is what is a foreshadow for what?
For World War III.
There you go. Right. So that's what you see. What else do you see?
The docks.
Right.
Labor workers.
The labor workers going on strike. Right. Right. So those are things you see. Right. Go ahead, Shadow. Right.
The hurricane, Helene.
Right. A hurricane. Oh, you know what I see? Every time I sit back, I see a hurricane. I say, "Damn, we gonna get an earthquake." Every time I see that, I'm like, "Why?" I done seen about 3-4 hurricanes that just tear their cities up, right? And I'm like, "Dang, ain't nothing happened to us. We must get 5 of them at one time." That's all I think. But I'm like, hey, maybe the Lord is with us. Maybe he just holding off, right? He just holding off with us because earthquake would send us to the Hawaii. They said, right? So I just sit back and think like, damn. Okay, all right. Well, ain't nothing we could do about a natural disaster, right? Ain't nothing you could do, right? It's just over with at that point. So I just sit back and like, okay, well, the Lord must be with us. The Lord must be really with us. And we better just keep praying. You know what I mean? Unless we get the order to move, or maybe it happens in California and nothing happens to us. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. You know what I mean? So so when you see these things, right? What would happen? Give me that precept where it says, "Don't be shaken in mind." Yeah. That these times might come, but don't be shaken in mind. You know what I'm talking about? Am I paraphrasing 2 precepts? Okay. Like I know a lot of people deal with fear. You know what I mean? A lot of people deal with fear. And I was telling my rib this morning, we were talking about these things, and I said, listen, I can hear about this, I can hear about that. But I said, man, the Father I fear. That's it. That cleans up everything for me. You understand? That cleans up everything. I'm not scared of anything. That's all you have to do is not be scared of nothing. Father, you fear. When you fear the Father, then everything lines up for you. Now, maybe should you go get a little extra rice and beans? Yeah, go get some of that. You know what I'm saying? Should you get a little more paper towels and toilet paper? Yeah, go get that. You know what I'm saying? Put that up in your crib just so it's not an inconvenience. But don't be so in fright, like in fear. Fear should be for people in the world. You understand?
Right.
Cats in the world should be scared, not you. You shouldn't be shaking in your boots. You should be perfectly fine and knowing the times, right? Go ahead, Karasa.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
That ye be not soon shaken in mind,
Go ahead.
or be troubled neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us.
You understand? No, go ahead.
As that day of Christ is at hand.
You understand? The day of Christ is at hand. Haven't we been saying that? You know how I slept last night? Like I always sleep. You get what I'm saying? That's how you should be. Don't worry about any of these things. See them though. See them. Hopefully that turn your brothers and sisters in the world to see that and say, hey, what you doing? Can I ask you a question? You're like, go ahead. You know what I mean? Like we've been saying it. You know what I mean? These are the times where you get to say I was right and you was wrong. You feel me? That's the time you living in. You know what I mean? And you don't sweat it because we got something they don't got. And that's brotherhood. You know what I mean? We got togetherness. We got each other. You know what I'm saying? We all believe and see the same thing. You know what I mean? Now, everybody else, they should turn. They should be scared. And their fear should drive them in here. You feel me? That's what they fear should do. But if they see you fear, and then what the hell are we doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? They see you get frantic, then we ain't doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So don't worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? What I would do is just be wise. You out there, you see something, grab 2. Usually when you get 1, get 2. You understand? Get 2. Pack your crib up a little bit. Who knows? You know what I mean? Just to be on the safe side. You don't got to be what's some cats called? Doomsday. You don't got to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be that type of cat. But grab you 2 instead of 1 while you out. You know what I'm saying? You might not need it, but a brother might need it. You know what I mean? You do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't go and buy all the toilet paper in the world and leave people with all the toilet paper. All right? Don't do that. How much shit do you got in you? You know what I'm saying? People be getting that like that isn't like they don't got water. You feel me? Like toilet paper. That's what I need. Not soap or nothing. They getting the toilet paper like hurry up, get that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would just say that. All right. You got a question? All right?
I got precept.
Go ahead. Read your precept.
Matthew 24:6.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Right. There you go.
See that ye be not troubled.
Mm-hmm.
For all these things must come to pass.
Must what?
Must come to pass.
Man, these things gotta come to pass, man. They got to. That's what the Lord said they're gonna happen. You feel me? We can't look at things like it was about to come to pass. Don't get so comfortable to where you love this place. I mean, everybody like living, right? You like living? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like living too. But things must happen. And while these things is happening, while the world is crumbling on the left side and the right side, guess what's gonna happen to us? We just gonna rise. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We're gonna rise, and the Lord's gonna show who He's with. He's gonna show who He's with for sure. You're gonna get more up in society while this place is crumbling. You're gonna be looked at more valuable while this place is crumbling. And that's what's gonna happen. That's what the Lord said is gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? Why do you think He put men together? Why do you think He put a team together in your zones? Zones are zones for a reason, so you can be together with each other at these type of times. You know what I'm saying? This is light. Give me that precept back where He says this ain't nothing. This is the beginning of things. I think it's on 6 and 6, right?
Matthew 6:6.
This is the beginning of when you was just reading it, but read the rest. Did you just read it, Sluggy?
Yeah, come on.
Read it again.
Come on. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Mm-hmm.
All these things are the beginning of sorrows.
You understand? It's a beginning of what?
Sorrows.
Beginning of what?
Sorrows.
Y'all understand, right? Shut up.
We did have an earthquake about 4 days ago. I felt it because I was in the hospital and the machine was shaking when I was in.
Damn.
And I didn't even trip on it. I was like, I thought that was me. I told the I said, I thought that was me. I was,
God.
No,
God. You know what I mean? It's light. You know what I mean? No big deal. All right. Good to go. Any other questions?
Sir, I had a question.
Go ahead.
Let me pull the precept. Is it Jude?
Okay.
Where Satan and Michael are battling for Moses' something.
Body.
Yeah, Moses' body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a precept real quick. Jude 1:9. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses. Durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuked thee.
Right.
The general breakdown on that.
Con. So now, remember what happened with Moses? What happened with Moses?
He took credit for the miracle that he did. So when he smote the rock and the water came out,
Mm-hmm.
I believe he took credit for that rather than giving credit to the Most High.
Right. So now, what's the argument about?
Whether they should move his body to Israel.
Right. So now, read it again.
Verse 9. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil.
Contending with who?
The devil.
Go ahead.
He disputed.
Remember, who? This is in whose mind?
Mine. I want to say, but the Jude.
Yeah, it's in the brother's mind. What's happening? This ain't actually happening. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is in his mind what's happening about Moses' body. Because remember, he wasn't there with Moses. He's just thinking about the time.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Durst not bring against him a railing accusation.
What does Michael want?
So I would say Michael is saying that they should move the body to Israel.
Michael wants the body to be in Israel.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Satan is bringing up the time he did something evil.
Right.
You get what I mean? And Jude is confused as to what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
What is right?
What is right? I guess the right thing would be to move him to Israel.
The right thing would be to do that because it's honorable. Because Michael is honorable. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He stands on the side of that. Remember, Satan is a cat that doesn't want you to get to the kingdom of heaven at all. He is always going to bring up a railing accusation. And so this goes back to you in your life. He will always bring up an accusation about you on his reports. You get what I'm saying? There's someone on the side named Christ who fights for you. So you got to make the argument better for Christ. So this is all in Jude's mind. This is what he was battling on what's right and what's wrong, or what should have happened to Moses' body. That's all. Nothing. I think they dug up the bones. Actually, did they? Yeah, I think they dug up the bones and took them out. I got to double check on that. I remember. I asked Jordan Muhammad this not too long ago. I think they took the bones, but I got to double check. All right.
If I could, sir. So the railing accusation, but sometimes that railing, like when Satan is fighting for you not to make the kingdom.
Yeah.
Or like say this example where he doesn't want Moses' body to move.
Right.
He could be right though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what a defense attorney does.
Right.
A defense attorney is going to bring up all the things you've done wrong, so it make his argument better. You get what I'm saying? Kraza. Okay, no sweat. All right. Any other questions? Solid. Let me get a couple more things. We're gonna get to. You only talked about Diddy, right? Did anybody ask me about Diddy? I think somebody asked me about Diddy. Let me get a breakdown on that real quick. Can I get that principalities in Ephesians?
Okay. Which chapter?
Ephesians.
Chapter?
Which one is that?
I got you, sir.
Go ahead.
Ephesians 6 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Go ahead.
but against principalities,
Right.
against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right. Against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Right. So now we was talking about the Diddy situation and what's going to happen to him. Who knows what's going to happen to him? But what you do know is that he ain't the only one. Right. So of course those stars are going to begin to what? Fall. Right. The stars are about to begin to fall. Who's seen anything about all these CEOs just stepping down recently? You seen that, sis? You seen that out? It's like, or they kept stepping down, right? They all stepping down. Everybody's like, what's going on? Why they stepping down? Right. So now a lot of people like to think of conspiracy, like, oh, something big about to happen. Really, like sometimes most of that stuff is just because of a business year that people step down. You know what I'm saying? And some of that stuff is because they got to get the hell out of Dodge too. You get what I'm saying? So both can be true. You know what I mean? Both could be true. So what you'll see is, I remember they said Jay-Z is next, right? Jay-Z and Beyonce is next. Of course, they are influenced by so many people, and they influence so many people. These things are going to happen. They got to be exposed because the Lord said he's going to expose them. Go ahead.
It's like they're coming at J-Lo too. J-Lo was caught with a minor or something like that.
J-Lo was with a minor?
Yeah, like underage.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. So you'll see these things pop up more and more as you go, more as you see these things. And you don't, of course, don't give a damn about it. Just see it for what it is and know that that time is coming when the Lord is exposing all the people you love, you so-called love. You know what I'm saying? Good to go, okay? So any other questions before we wrap it up? Malak, go ahead.
I mean, it's on topic.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
My question is, I don't want about Jethro. Was Jethro an Israelite?
Jethro was not an Israelite. Jethro was the father-in-law of Moses, right? Moses' wife was a heathen. You know what I'm saying? This was his wife before he came into the truth. So there's a time where, remember, he went and killed those two Egyptians, right? And he went on a run for killing those two Egyptians. People mistaking that like he was in the truth at that time. He was not in the truth at that time. He came into the truth after he went up to the bush and seen that burning bush. That's when he came into the truth. Jethro was a heathen though. But Jethro treated him as a son. You know what I mean? Like he was an honorable man in his village. Or his village? Yeah, in his village. He was honorable in his village. And he looked at Moses as honorable, and that's why he told him to marry his daughter. All right. Good to go? Solid? All right. With that, I'm gonna pass class over to Preaching Officer Karatazar. We can just salute us out.
Amajum Shabbat. Amajum Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
That will give more credit to the sisters. Sisters, you may stand. Amajum. Sorry, face the sisters. Individual Amajum Shabbat. Amajum Barak.
Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Shabbat.
With that, Yahweh Shabbat, class is